Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, darthdevious, bringing you another video review. This time, I've got the Transformers Prime Autobot Hot Shot. This is the repaint and remold of the Bumblebee figure, and I think that this looks fantastic. I mean, I love the flames. There's metallic blue all over him, which is really cool. There's his tech specs if you want them. Let's give you his bio if you want to read it. There you go. Packaging. Got his product shot. You got robot mode with the new head and the goggles that actually flip up and down, which is kind of cool. Sports car mode, Transformers Prime, all that stuff. You know, basic packaging stuff. So, gonna get this guy out, gonna take a look at him, see how cool he really looks. We'll be back in, for you, almost instantly. So here we have Hot Shot out of his package in his car mode, and I love the paint job on this guy. From the flames, and if you look at it, it's got metallic flake blue all over him, and that just is wonderful. It's in the molded plastic, it's on the paint that actually goes over the clear parts. It's so much better done than the paint job on Bumblebee, and I don't get why that is. Every once in a while you'll get a remold repaint of a figure, and it just brings out something to the mold to make it an outstanding mold. And this still has the same problems that the Bumblebee mold has, which only my one son has. I don't actually have it in my own collection. I've got the first edition and I'm sticking with that. But, you know, nice red tail lights, a little bit of robot kibble on the bottom, but not too much. Nothing that hinders it. It rolls real nice. His weapons, same as Bumblebee's. I'm not going to bother doing my normal transformation on him. His is just way too simple. I mean, basically you just got to pull the legs down, pull them out, split them, and that's pretty much done. You can undo the doors, fold that flap up, move that out of the way, pull his arms down, untab them from either side here, and then you get the whole automorph with the head, and that's really pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, it's a really simple transformation compared to some of the other figures. And he does have a tendency to look down a little bit. He does have that same problem Bumblebee had, where you gotta kind of play with that and get it to go down right, but it's not bad. Robot mode, you get a lot more paint apps. You get these all this nice red throughout him, and that's really cool. But what everybody's looking at is the remold of his head. And if you see if I can get the light piping to work here, where his eyes actually are, you can see it there. You get a nice light piping effect on his eyes, which are actually under the silver. The silver are actually his eyebrows. And of course the goggles do come down over his eyes, which is cool. His guns, you know, they come apart. It can plug into either the square ports here on his arms, like Bumblebee, or you can have him hold them in his hand, like that. I think they work better on his arms. It just gives him a little, just looks better. So, articulation is a little limited. I mean, his arm joint is, his shoulder is at a weird angle. Does go in and out. Does have a swivel. has a ratcheted elbow, which is interesting. Nothing at the wrists. Head's on a ball joint, but for some reason mine always likes to spring back. No matter if I can't put his head back, it springs forward. It pops off. I've been waiting for that to happen. And maybe that'll loosen it up a little bit. Nothing at the waist. He's got ball joints at his hips. He's got a swivel at his hips. Nice knee. And some pivot at his foot. So, he can do some really cool poses. But it's the blue on him. The blue really makes him stand out, and the red highlights make him stand out, and makes him a better figure than Bumblebee. I don't mind this on the back of his head simply because he's not a regular character we've had in the show, so we haven't seen a show model to compare him to. The paint on here actually breaks this up. On Bumblebee, these shoulder parts are just way too yellow, and you're supposed to be able to see the wheels under there and everything, so that kind of kills it on him. But on this guy, it works. So, as I said, sometimes you get a repaint of a figure, and it just brings new life to the mold. So let's bring in some of the other... I'll bring in all my Autobots from Transformers Prime. We'll bring in Wheeljack. We'll get them all lined up back here. Cliff Jumper. RC. Ratchet. Bumblebee. Mind you, this is the first edition, so he's not going to look the same. And he's going to be bigger, naturally. Bulkhead. Yeah, we're going to have to hand the camera up. These guys are getting big. And finally, Optimus Prime. So there you get a group shot of all the Autobots that are currently available. So that's really nice. And he does fit in really nicely with them. So, out of the Wave 3 figures, the 3 new figures we got, the Viacon is really the best of the 3. But Hotshot is really good as well. I mean, he's just a remold and a repaint, so he does have that going against him, but he's not a bad remold. They actually did a good job with him. So should you get him? Heck yeah, if you see this guy, get him. He is cool in blue. What more do you want? Out of the 3 new figures, he's the second best. Knockout's probably the worst of the 3. And as I said, the Viacon's number 1. So, there you go. Get him. Get the Viacon if you see him, especially the Viacon, because it's going to be hard to get. Knockout, get him on sale. That's my advice. This one, yeah, he's a must-have. Just for the paint job alone, he's a must-have. So, that's it for this one. As always, all of you guys out there, you know what to do. Just be good. I don't know if he'd come after you, he's an Autobot, but just be good, just in case. We don't know what his character's like yet. He could be insane.